Oh, hello there. Yes, it's Friday, and we appear to have a new moral panic around trans things. Yeah, there's a sort of merry dance being played in the press and the media. Twitter's full of this stuff today. Adidas, in desperate need of advertising, have caused a bit of a stir. So let's look at the headlines. Daily Mail is Stop Gaslighting Women. Ex-Olympic swimmer Sharon Davis, yeah, you knew it'd be her, slams Adidas for an assault on being female. Yes, after it used biologically male model with hairy chest and bulging crotch. That's a phrase that's used a lot for its swimwear collection in Pride Collection, backed by Tom Daley. Yes, indeed, it's their Pride Collection, which appears to have some people that are prideful about being blokes or something. Yes, anyway, the Daily Telegraph takes an unusual angle on this, which is Adidas under fire as biological male models female style, you get the concept, swimming costume. Move has prompted criticism from women's equality campaigners who argue it creates unrealistic body expectations for women. Yes, which is something that I've been pondering for the last hour and still can't quite get my head round, but undoubtedly it's a bad thing. Adidas, this is the Sun. Adidas launches women's swimsuit for Pride 2023, but model appears to be a man. Yes, appears to be. Sorry, that's GB News for you. Yes, they're thinking about that still, but they're angry. Oh, of course they are. They're angry. Ad backlash. This is the Sun. Adidas under fire as male model swears their Women's Pride 2023 swimsuit in new advert. Yes, they're angry as well. And then there's Adidas releases its Pride 2023 collection starring Tom Daley. And that's the pink news. And they're not angry at all, oddly enough, because they're just reporting what they're doing. Now then, with this, if you were an Adidas ad exec and you wanted to create a bit of a fuss, then there's nothing like this with a bit of free advertising. It very rarely backfires. You might argue the Bud Light thing recently was a bit of a backfire, but broadly speaking it doesn't. For all of the Ron DeSantis getting really angry about things, it's just simply spurs companies on to do other things. This stuff actually works. You can't imagine how expensive it will be to get this amount of coverage. And if we actually look at the swimwear range, I'm personally disgusted because they've used, some ordinary looking people, the bastards. And yes, some of them are women, even worse. Yes, I think we should have a male athlete that complains bitterly about some sort of representation of women. Yes, anyway, this whole boycott thing, the press would love to jump up and down about it because they feel that they're tapping into something that the public is concerned about. But what I often sort of say to people is, if you look at these things realistically, think about once every 3 years when Apple discovered that their Foxconn adverts use slave labour and everyone goes, oh, people won't buy iPhones now. Never works. And I'm willing to bet that in 6 months' time, everybody will have forgotten Bud Light, and certainly in a week's time, nobody will have remembered this thing, other than an awful lot of people who would probably never have seen this collection will probably think, oh, that's quite nice, I'm going to go out and buy that. It will work, and you're playing into people's hands to a large extent. And of course it does keep your Sharon Davis is in business as well, not Osborne, although let's face it, she's pretty reactionary as well. Anyway, have a lovely Friday, enjoy.